They do it every week because it's hilarious.
News and rumors.
Don't be rude.
I'd rather watch paint dry.
It's really fun. PW Insider Elite says that at least as a couple of days ago, Becky still hasn't signed a new contract with WWE and is technically still a free agent right now. There is belief that she will resign. To that end, Natty is also yet to sign a new deal, but negotiations are ongoing. I mean, we know that Becky's not fucking going anywhere, but I'm curious how long they're going to hold out before making her an offer. Just to be petty and punish her for the lemonade thing.
4 months.
I think
4 months, 3 days, and 18 seconds.
I think they're going to give her some time. Honestly, probably not till Rumble. Maybe Survivor Series, but I think they're going to let her sit.
I think she'll take some time off, duly deserved. She'll just kind of hang out, do her thing, push her book. She'll do the thing she's been wanting to do and should have done after, what was it, WrestleMania?
Yes, like she was supposed to.
And then when Rhea got hurt, all that happened. So it was just a show. So really, Becky did the job. And now she's going to ride off into the sunset and take a break. Much love. Much earned. Yeah, duly respected.
My thing is though, like, while she is, like, the only thing I think that is kind of crappy about her not having a contract now, while, yes, this break is deserved, she's not getting paid.
I don't think money's an issue for the Lopez family right now.
I'm sure it's not, but it's a respect thing to keep her on contract while she's taking a break. In my opinion, it's not like an actual thing, but in my opinion, that would be the respectful thing to do since she has like busted her ass for the company.
Like pay time off.
Yeah, sort of. Thanks for the resub, Hex. She's been a member for 5 months. 5 months. Mesos. I hate to remind you, everyone, but 2 months from tomorrow is the 1-year anniversary of Beray's passing. That is right around the corner already. That's crazy. Yeah. Shit. Becky, though, she's going to re-sign for like $1 bazillion.
I'm sure.
I wrote an article about it on Last Word on Sports. Free shout outs to the day job. I said that wrestling is hitting that point, and I'm curious what your guys' take on it with this is in the NFL, for instance, and Major League Baseball or some of these other sports, they have salary caps and they have open markets. When a position becomes available, the next year will always start at whatever the highest paid person was the year before. Quarterbacks like the kid from Jacksonville, Bo, the quarterback. He just signed
the $225 million contract.
He just signed the highest paid NFL quarterback deal in history, okay? You think about the fact now, pro wrestling has started to adapt to a system like that. So you look at the money that Trevor Lawrence, thank you, Nicole. You look at the money, say, Mercedes Moné is making, or a Charlotte Flair who just re-signed, who had one of the most lucrative deals for women wrestlers in history. You have to assume it's going to be like other sports, right? That when Becky re-signs, she's either going to be the highest or one of the highest paid women's wrestlers in history, right?
One would assume.
We would assume. I mean,
yeah, but I mean, are we just asking that? Or are we asking, is it worth it? Is she worth the highest paid?
Ooh, that's a question. Okay, follow up then. Is Becky worth being the highest paid pro wrestler in women's history? At this point in her career, not Becky 5-10 years ago, but this Becky Lynch now, is she the highest paid women's wrestler in history? This version of the man.
No, I think Rhea Ripley should be.
You think Rhea Ripley should be the highest paid wrestler right now?
Mm-hmm.
I don't disagree. Like, Becky's had an amazing career, and like to me, the highest paid female should be the person that's going to be there every single day, like 24/7, like, you know, and that's
like Chelsea Green.
Yeah, and that's going to be somebody who is less committed to personal life and more committed to the company. And there's nothing wrong with Becky being committed to being like a mom. Like that's amazing for her. Like she's a fucking rock star doing what she does. But I think like, somebody who isn't going to want to take extended breaks is going to be the person that should make the most. No offense.
Highest
Yeah,
paid to
no matter
me
where
is
you're
being
at.
the face of the women's division. Devin says if you're going to be the highest paid, show up to work. Cam's saying if Becky retires, that would be wild. I don't think retirement's even an option at this point. But I think that when she goes into the negotiation, she's going to want to be one of the highest paid. I honestly don't. I will go on record right now as to saying it. I don't think Rebecca Quinn becoming all elite is even an option at this point.
No.
Not even an option.
She won't be on a separate brand from Seth, let alone a separate company.
Different shows, different, companies, different schedules, different pay-per-view schedules. Like, no, I don't see that happening. This is one of those, you never say never. This is probably about as close to a never as you'll get in pro wrestling. Rebecca Quinn will not be all elite.
She'll retire before I think she leaves.
If she shows up in AEW, can I wax the gooch area?
100%.
Your gooch
Okay.
area or Will's?
Mine.
Will's.
If Rebecca Quinn becomes all elite in 2024, I'll let you wax my gooch.
Okay.
We'll talk about that later.
Allison's like, I'll wax it.
No. Will.
I'll wax mine if she shows up. That's how much I'm agreeing with Will on this one.
Cam said, wow. What if it happens in 2025? Hey, man, I'm a betting man. January 1st is off the table. Does Tony even care about women's wrestling?
No.
Well, that was quick. I don't know if that's PG. Man, we got the E for everything, man. Like, and we ain't rated E. Like, explicit.
We are not for everyone.
We're explicit. This is what's the word?
I don't know, an adult show? I don't know.
Yeah, we're definitely not. We're an 18 and up crowd. This isn't a kid.
Rated M for mature.
Yeah, we're on what is it? TVMA.
Yeah, TVMA.
We do drugs and cuss. Oh.
That's our new tagline.
Botched Spots and Chair Shots. We do drugs and cuss.
Yeah, we do drugs and kiss. All right.
All right, so we're going to clip that and make that a sound check.
TV 14.
Okay.
Jeff and Matt Hardy are currently working in TNA without contracts, said Fightful. There is optimism about joining the roster soon enough. And Revy is also let it out that she is going to be coming back into the ring too.
Are you currently watching TNA right now?
Yeah.
There's a little video vignette thing where they talk about old Rebecca Hardy making a spot. I'm excited to see.
They're outside and shit.
Yeah. I'm excited to see what Rebby can do in 2024.
She's been training to come back since right after Gothic Baby was born. So she's been working really, really hard to get back in shape.
Cam saying TNA is fucking awesome. We've been on that TNA train forever, Cam. I'm super glad that you jumped on the train with us, man, at the station.
Choo choo.
Choo choo.
Katie says, hear me out, the Hardys should retire. I don't disagree, but I think Reby can still wrestle.
I saw a meme that was like Matt Hardy limping into TK's office, dragging Jeff Hardy's lifeless body, and he's like, why aren't we the tag champions in 2024? And I'm like, I hate that that's the truth about one of my favorite tag teams of all time.
I know, right?
They've reached that point. Cam says Reby's looking hot.
She looks fantastic.
No doubt. And they've got a fucking literal compound where they have a barn built with a wrestling ring and a whole ass wrestling school right there at their house, and a guillotine for some reason. But who cares?
It's fake. Like she literally made that shit out of cardboard.
Who cares if it's fake? It's still bomb as shit. Both. You could have a guillotine as a decoration in your house. Would you have it?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Botched Spots and Chair Shots. We do drugs and
Nicole.
cuss. And we've got fucking guillotines now.
Nicole. Can we have a guillotine?
Can we have a guillotine?
Please.
Devin says he was at it against all odds last week. Fuck yeah, man. That's awesome in Chicago. Shout out to the Windy
She
City.
said, sure, get a fucking guillotine.
Cam's not wrong. TNA is the most consistent.
I say TNA and NXT are up there for the most consistent shows week over week. Devin is one of the Chi-Town family. I've got tons of friends in Chi-Town. Get Your Podcast, Smacking It Raw, Straight Talk, SES Vince, all the families in Chicago.
The morale at TNA is high right now, per the PW Insider, who note the atmosphere backstage has been overwhelmingly positive with recent going-ons with the promotion. I'd be excited if I was at TNA too. Like, they're fucking killing it right now.
Oh,
Yeah. Cam says his only gripe is Joe Hendry is not the TNA world champ, or not a world champ in general. I think there's no reason for TNA not to be excited. John, Bo, you're a lifelong wrestling fan, Bo, as far as TNA goes. You go all the way back. What's your excitement level like as a TNA fan? Because the locker room's excited. What's Bo like?
I'm honestly, I'm shocked. If you would have told me in 2003, in 2003, when I went to the fairgrounds there in Nashville to the Asylum, I mean, being from Tennessee, you know what I'm talking about, and watching New Jack versus the Sandman, like, never did I think that the evolution of TNA would have been what it is in the ride we've been on. Like, I never thought I'd see Eric Bischoff walk through the doors of TNA. Like, I was like, holy crap. And TNA has been one of those rough waters. Like, it's the little engine that could. It's never really been really tried to. It's always persevered and overcome. And to see them working with NXT now, oh shit! Years ago they were competitors, and they're working together now. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, they've been the longest outside of WWE, longest running wrestling promotion since WCW. So for 20 years, they somehow still always find a way. And what they're going through now for me is recognition for the wrestlers that, you know, have helped the WWE the past 5-10 years. You know, Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, wrestlers that we really wanted to see there. So I'm happy for TNA.
I'm curious to know, like, I'll do some research on it and I'll get a stat up. I'll make a TikTok video for it. If TNA has now been around longer than, say, WCCW, the Von Erichs down in Texas, John, Memphis Wrestling, like the embodiment of Memphis Wrestling that was like the USWA up here in Memphis when Lawler and Jeff Jarrett were doing it. Like, I wonder if TNA has now surpassed them with how long they were in existence, because all of those promotions were eventually bought out or absorbed, because WCW got bought out by Jerry Jarrett and those guys. So you know what I mean? Like, I wonder if TNA has become the longest running wrestling promotion in the States besides WWE. I'll look it up.
DCW and WCW. I know that.
No. Well, JCP had a long run too. I'm gonna take that into consideration, but they sold out in '86. So I know when their kill date was. I'm waiting on Gigi Dolan and Killer Kelly to be back on my TV program in their respective companies. I'm going through redhead withdrawals. TNA was always my second favorite wrestling promotion when it comes to storytelling. Can definitely agree with that, Devin. But Bo said he's got some ginger love there for you, Cam.
You got your Cam, baby.
I wouldn't really call Gigi a redhead. Her hair is like literally orange. Just saying.
I miss you and Al so much. We miss you, Dad Hat. He's eaten Whataburger like a million times since he got here.
All right. WrestleVotes says CM Punk's official return date within WWE was set for the end of July, at least as of last week's Raw roster sheet. The belief apparently is he likely won't be ready for Money in the Bank, but will be cleared in time for SummerSlam. Do you all feel like Drew beating the shit out of him on Monday was to give a storyline to extend him not being cleared yet?
100%. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys
But-
see the report? Oh, go ahead, Bill. You go first. I'm sorry.
I need Al to say what she's been saying since the beginning of time,
Which
because we saw it Friday night. What doesn't matter, Al, and what isn't real?
one? Oh, brand splits aren't real.
Yeah, brand splits aren't real and drafts don't matter.
Drafts don't matter.
Most definitely, says Devin. Cam, I can't wait for SummerSlam and give you a hug, bro.
I mean, technically, Drew quit. So,
He pulled a Jey Uso.
yeah, so technically he can show up wherever he wants. But I do want to take a second, since we are talking about Drew, to wish his wife a speedy recovery. She had to have emergency surgery while Drew was in Scotland for Clash of the Castle. So,
Yeah,
Speedy recovery. Love the
So-
Speedy recovery.
so show.
Cam says as soon as he hears cult of personality, I'm losing my shit. We saw Punk at AEW when he did the promo where he asked MJF to be his Valentine for the dog collar match. Like,
Such a good promo.
yeah, that was primo CM Punk in AEW. So we got to see him there. I haven't seen him in WWE.
Yes, you did.
When?
You went to the
We
Rumble.
saw him at the Rumble.
Oh yeah, he was at the Rumble. He was back there too.
That's
You know, I haven't.
It's the only time anybody's
I
seen.
don't ever remember seeing Cody wrestle for the WWE.
I've seen Cody wrestle for the NWA.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, he does. Will was probably busy talking to his friend Mike.
Fuck you, Bo.
And,
my buddy Mike and Matt. Hey, look,
They was,
dude, yeah, we're gonna be at SummerSlam, Cam. I'll message you. I got some big news for what's going down that weekend. You may want to be a part of what I've got in the books. Bo likes to give me shit. I did, however, say yesterday on Twitter while I was watching the MLW show, Bo, that anytime somebody I've interviewed is in a match on a card and I'm watching it, I have to take a bong grip. So that's going to be my new thing now. Is if I've interviewed the person on a card, I've got to take a bong grip.
This means we can't watch any more indie shows, or Will never be sober.
Yeah, I love you, Cam. I'll see you there for sure, brother. What's next, Al?
After some talk of using Ricochet for another appearance after last week's write-off, PW Insider now says WWE will not use Ricochet again before his contract expires. Ricochet is dead. Metaphorically, not actually. Just to clarify.
But Prince Puma lives.
Yeah.
He
shows
owns,
up as Prince Puma. I'm gonna be
God,
fucking shit
dude.
my pants.
with the fucking like leopard skin pants and shit. Like,
Dude, he's got to show up as Prince Puma at least once. Ricochet, if you're watching, which I don't know if you are or not, I need a Prince Puma return, buddy.
I was doing some research,
Straight up.
and you know who owns the Prince Puma trademarks? Lucha Libre. So whoever owns Lucha, not Lucha Libre, Lucha Underground rather. So is that what's his name? It's not Penta. Yeah, Penta.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I think he bought the rights. Him or Conan owned the rights.
Yeah, whoever owns the rights to Lucha Underground owned the trademarks for
Where's Vampiro?
Prince Puma. Vampiro owns another promotion. I do know what you're talking about because they're partnering with the NWA now because Vampiro is super heavy on their Tuesday TV show. Prince Puma in AEW with Smart Mark Sterling. Put butts in seats.
WWE is looking at State Farm Arena in Atlanta for a possible comeback of the Bad Blood pay-per-view on the October 5th anniversary of the 1997 event, which featured the first ever Hell in a Cell match.
That's gotta be Kane.
Oh God, boy,
If it's happening, are we gonna go?
Yeah, fuck yeah. If it's an Atlanta show, there's no reason not to
I'm
go.
going to Atlanta.
Yeah,
I got
Bo could
family.
come.
I ain't got to pay for shit.
Yeah, we do
Thank
too.
you.
Yeah, like zero questions
Hey,
asked. There's a
listen.
pay-per-view-
I'm gonna throw this out there. My uncle may or may not work for a little company called Cox Media. So yeah, I'm going.
Yeah, if any big wrestling show, I'm pissed that we missed Battle Riot, honestly. But we had an AWF show that weekend. I need 3 stages of hell match bad. You know what I'm ready for? TNA to do a fucking King of the Mountain match.
I like that one. I like the Ultimate Lockdown.
That was cool.
Was that the one where they had to crawl off the top?
No, the top made them stay in, and what's his name? Homicide crawled out of it. No, it lowered weapons.
You're thinking of the Ultimate X, John, where they put they suspend the cables across the ring in the X, then they hang it from the middle and you gotta shimmy out and grab it.
No, he was thinking of the Red Cage.
The Red Cage. It's when Jeff Hardy debuted again for him. I know Triple A had done it before too.
I was just a dome cage.
Yeah, some sort of dome cage.
That was when it was on the. It was like their version of Hell in a Cell when it was the 6-sided ring, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I need an Asylum match in TNA. That'd be dope as shit. A Clockwork Orange House of Fun match, fucking Raven shit. Y'all remember that? The big red dome cage.
That's
match?
when Punk was. That's when Punk was in his flock.
Yeah, and when I interviewed Mickie James, we talked about it because she was the first.
Yeah.
She was the first female to compete in a House of the Clockwork Orange House of Fun match. What a fucking mouthful.
Uh-huh.
Al, have you ever seen a Clockwork Orange?
No.
Not once?
Oh, I mean, it's been on the TV, but I can't say that I've watched it all. I've seen the beginning of a Clockwork Orange, and I've seen the end of a Clockwork Orange.
That's a Botched Spots After Dark conversation from the sounds of it. That's a post-show conversation. Stick around. Do you want to hear it? Blonde-haired Punk, yes. He was also he was one of the hitmen on John Cena's entrance in WWE as well. Mickey was smoking hot back in them old TNA days. No doubt. She's always been a pretty good-looking lady. She also flirted with Al, which I thought was cool.
Should I have my other glasses, not these ones?
Yeah, me too.
Tokyo Sports reports that ABEMA TV, which airs both WWE and Pro Wrestling Noah shows in Japan, negotiated between the two companies to set up AJ Styles' upcoming match with
Do you have a graphic you could share?
I'll tell you that name.
Hang on, I get this.
I was like, not butchering that name.
I feel that sometimes when I'm on Nerdy News and I've got to read some of these actors' names, I'm like, I apologize ahead of time. I can't read that.
How about
Marufuji is his last name.
Thank you.
Yeah, Marufuji.
Noah's parent company, Cyberfight, requests Styles while WWE picked Marufuji.
Thank you, Katie. I guess I could have just opened the fucking notes on my
You
side.
could have, yes. PW sources also say that Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows will likely appear with him.
That'd be cool.
That'd be pretty badass. I'd be down for it.
Knowing that the company has Noah and WWE both on the TV rights in Japan explains a whole lot to that WWE and Noah partnership now. Like a whole lot more.
Rossi Agawa? There you go. Of Marigold said on X that an additional 600 tickets were sold following the announcement of Io Sky participating in an event just 1 week after Money in the Bank. Thus ends our Japanese news.
What do you guys think about the Rossi and Marigold breaking away from Stardom, a la AAA from CMLL? You guys watch a lot of Joshi wrestling?
No.
Not a single bit.
I have been getting into this new Japanese style of wrestling where they dress up as gaijins.
Uh-huh.
and they wrestle like they're either robots or Godzilla or Kong or like big old teddy bears, and they wrestle.
Akira,
I like
he
that.
wrestles in MLW, and he's done some GCW work and stuff like that. And he did like Bloodsport and a few other of those stuffs. He does a gimmick. He does it at the Big Gay Brunch for Effie stuff, where he dresses up like an anime, like a manga housemaid, and wrestles.
Okay.
It feels
that's
so
dope.
weird to like explain that out loud, but I'm like, trust me, when you see it, it makes sense. Like he did a death match in that gimmick, like dressed up like a little like French housemaid. It was hilarious to watch. John, you watch a lot of Joshi wrestling?
Not a single bit, man. I couldn't tell you who the hell you're talking about outside of Io Sky.
Hey, but see, that's what I'm
Casual
talking
fan.
about. Casual fan.
No, you're just a fucking fan. Fuck casual, not casual. Like
Google it.
Just Google it. I like that peacock feather wearing guy in New Japan. I wish I knew who the fuck you were talking about. There's like 10 of them that do that.
I like the guy that beats everyone up in New Japan. Like you know that guy.
Rockhead 619 made sure to highlight their message to let us know Io Sky is my wife. There you have
Yes,
it.
guy's your wife. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Wasn't she married to Evil at one point, or am I crazy for thinking that? No, that was Kairi Sane. Kairi Sane was married to one of the guys from New Japan. Sorry.
is
Married to one of the guys from New Japan. It's either Evil or one of the other dudes. I can't
not.
remember. Kenta, maybe?
Joe Hendry is expected to make more appearances on NXT per Fightful Select. WWE officials were reportedly pleased with the reaction he got Tuesday night, and TNA was satisfied with how the Battle Royal continued their storyline between Hendry and Frankie Kazarian. The crossover between NXT and TNA is expected to continue. Corey Brennan says Fightful's Corey Brennan. NXT talent believe whatever is going on between the two promotions is far from over. One thing we likely won't see is a TNA wrestler as NXT champion. Thank God. A source told Brennan that Shawn Michaels' booking indicates he would make anyone a number one contender, but not a champion. As it should be.
I mean, that makes sense.
Y'all are
Yeah.
never going to get me to not push the fact that I feel like NXT titles belong on NXT champions. Like, if it's going to be an NXT specific title, it needs to stay on an NXT specific champion.
I can agree with that. I think it should be a full-time NXT competitor. Whataburger 3 times in the last 4 days. You're a beast, a madman. It's cool. I like the theme song. I believe in Joe Hendry. See? Everybody does it. You got to be cool.
For what it's worth, Hangman Adam Page is expected to be back soon.
Okay.
Sorry.
During a
Welcome
virtual
back.
signing with KNS Wrestling Feast, can't read my own writing. AEW megastar The Blade, and I wouldn't necessarily use.
What?
Hold on.
What?
Say that one more time. Just say it. Say it one more time.
AEW megastar The Blade
Okay.
said he's still with AEW, but also still dealing with a back injury. He's hoping to avoid surgery and return in a couple of months. His wife, Allie, aka The Bunny, said she's taking a break from wrestling for a while.
Does anybody know the last time Every Time I Die released a studio album?
They broke up, didn't
Did they break up? Because he's the guitar player for them. He's their lead
they?
guitar player.
I think they broke up.
Did
Or
they
he
break
left
up?
or he left permanently when he got signed.
Okay, I couldn't remember. But one, I think he would probably be a bigger star as a member of that rock band than he would be as a pro wrestling star. Easily, in my opinion.
I'm surprised he doesn't play with Fozzy yet.
That's true.
Like, I'm surprised Jericho hasn't asked him or Brody to come play with Fozzy.
Every Time I Die opens for Fozzy, and then we got like a wrestler super band of just a bunch of people playing.
Mike said 2021 was their latest album release. Is he still a part of the band?
Yeah, let us know, Mike, if you've got the answers for it.
Is
And
he
the Chizat.
wingy?
Is he still playing a little?
He left the band about a year ago, I believe, to stick with wrestling. See. Okay,
That's how he became a megastar.
Boom! That's how
Yeah,
he's.
so,
That's
yeah.
exactly. He's a megastar now. I believe in Joe Hendry.
For Cam, WrestleVotes was told that WWE and the Indiana Sports Corps are nearing a multi-event deal that will bring Royal Rumble 2025 to Lucas Oil Stadium on February 1st. The deal is also likely to include a future WrestleMania and a SummerSlam, which would both take place at Lucas Oil Stadium. I can hear Cam screaming from here.
Boom! There it is. I found it.
I know what Naptown is. I visit Naptown a lot.
Naptown.
I'm always in Naptown.
I usually go to Naptown. It's sometime between 1:30 and 3, depending on if I've got to do nerdy news or not.
Yeah, Naptown. I love that place.
I love Naptown. But in all seriousness, Indianapolis is a cool ass city. It'll be a lot of fun. And fuck it, let's go. Rumble, having a chance to maybe possibly see another Rumble and it not be, no offense, Bo, 9 hours, 10 hours away. Like, Indianapolis is a cool, easy 4-hour drive for us. Like, that's not too bad at all. We don't get much. It is a massive
That's not
drive.
true. You get the Drum Corps International World Championship every year.
The DCI World titles at Lucas Oil Stadium.
World title.
Oh yeah, let me write home about that one.
Hey, dude.
Or not DCI, BOA, Bands of America.
The who?
Bands of America.
Wait, they do like the movie shit, like in the movie?
No, these are professional marching bands, essentially.
No, BOA is high school. It's BOA. DCI is in Florida.
I mean, like, they don't do the movie Drumline. Like, they don't, like...
Sort of. Not really.
What I meant was like didn't y'all get like Fast
I'm
Lane or
just
something
saying.
last year, Cam, too? Y'all got Fast Lane in Indianapolis? Some crazy like that, maybe?
With the exception of Chad Gable, PW Insider confirmed that the rest of Uncle Howdy's victims on Raw were all talent brought in as extras by WWE for the segment. They were not NXT talents, nor will any of them join the storyline as a result of the attack. So that is why we only saw Chad Gable's face. Stop fantasy booking shit you don't know.
So that wasn't Gunther on the ground?
No.
Or Kaiser
Okay,
or Carmelo or Cody. Like, it wasn't any
I
of
feel
those
better.
guys. Yeah. Gable was the only
guy
confirmed.
the guy everyone thought was Cody had a fucking man bun. So
Yeah, it couldn't have been Cody.
Yeah, they're all NXT like level up kiddos that they use for extras that are still training. So
Yeah.
just saying.
all right, cool.
I'm a big fan of the Wyatt Six, by the way. With their debut, Wyatt Six. Like, I'm sick, but then a plural of sick would be 6.
It's 6 spelled wrong.
Wyatt 6'5".
6'5".
Is this like Dead Mouse, like Dead Mouse 5? So it's like the Wyatt Valve. Is that how this works? The Wyatt Valve? No, I think they're going to do great. I hope they go the hey, we're going to murder everyone route and not the hey, we're supernaturally spooky stuff.
Don't do supernatural.
We don't need supernatural. Just run around murdering people. I'm 1,000% okay with that.
So murder you're here for, magic and spooky things we're not.
Oh, absolutely not. I think.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We would 1,000% be okay with it.
But you like Team Firecrotch.
Not as much as like Disco Ninja Sex Party.
Yes. Ginger Ninja Sex Party is pretty amazing.
They're phenomenal. They're two times WWE Women's Tag Team Champions.
But
Disco Ninja Sex Party.
Team Fire Crotch is all the spooky stuff, but they're okay.
No, I don't like. I mean, I don't like
Team
the spooky
Fire
stuff.
Okay, you don't like it overall.
I like the aesthetic of Team Fire Crotch. I don't like the in-ring work of Team Fire Crotch.
There are early plans for the premiere episode of NXT on the CW network to be held in a major arena rather than the WWE Performance Center. Well, I should fucking hope so.
What would you guys think about this? If WWE took NXT out of the PC and they went on tours, okay, where they were renting out and doing small arenas, but only in like that Southeast territory. So Florida, South Georgia, South Alabama, South Mississippi, you know, the greater empire of Long Florida. Like if they wrapped around
Florida.
the parts of Yeehaw, Texas or Yeehaw, Florida, if they were able to do that,
are they going to New Orleans?
No, that we can't wrap all the way in. No, you can't do that. But we dropped viewers when I brought that joke back up. What would you think about them touring small arenas in Florida, but doing them outside of the PC? So hitting Orlando, hitting Tampa, hitting Miami, hitting Kissimmee, hitting, some of the other places, Tallahassee. What would you think about NXT touring these smaller arenas, but still being on the road weekly on Tuesdays?
They do that now.
But live for the TV show, though.
They could. Like, they do armories now. Like, when they tour, they do armories and, like, shit like that. I could see them doing, I'm trying to think of places in Florida, in Jacksonville. Like, we have the Shrine Auditorium is a good one. The way it's set up, they can make it look amazing. And do it as shitty as it sounds, do what TNA does.
Pack
that place out for a night.
Yeah.
Yeah. And pack it out for a night, bust out a bunch of TV, and like, I don't know, dude.
Go ahead, Al.
I'm going to play a little. Oh, who wants to talk?
You go first, then John, then me.
I was going to say, I'm going to play a little bit of devil's advocate. In a time where WWE is cutting back on production to save money, they're doing a lot of cost-saving things with letting a lot of the older, higher-paid corporate people go and, bringing in younger, cheaper people. And, scaling back the production, do you really think that they're going to take NXT on the road? I don't think so. Like, I don't even think like they'll do it in, because that's a lot. I mean, I know like they'll have to pay for their own travel, but those guys don't make very much and probably couldn't afford the travel.
I will say this right now, and this is someone who's watched NXT from Full Sail University compared to where it's come now. If they were smart, they would take the setup they have now, stage-wise, but go back to the Full Sail arena because it is set up for that reason. To mock a mini arena to train the students on how to film product and how to load and unload and all that stuff. That's what that school is for. And I think Full Sail is so much had a better stage look than what we have now. Because what we have now, you can tell everyone's crammed in one of the corners of NXT.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be fine with them traveling. And like Al said, if they want to save money, Go back to the 93 Raw setup where they're in the corner and you can tell they're in a gym. You can tell they're in a small venue. But that's what these guys are supposed to be doing anyway. But that goes into making NXT. Either you're going to make NXT its own show or you're going to make NXT for the up-and-comers.
That's what they have level up for now.
Yeah.
I have a segue for this that's perfectly timed for this news and rumor. Okay. WWE has filed for the trademarks for a WWE-based independent developmental system. Organizing and conducting a program to enhance, educate, and develop athletes' educational services, namely organizing and conducting training in the field of collaborative partnerships with athletes, building brand, training, development, education, communications, promotions, blah, blah, blah. And they go all the way through. And ultimately what they're saying is it will be a branch of their developmental that will be geared towards looking at independent talent versus just the NXT level up and the next in line stuff. What do you guys think about their developmental system having two branches now, not just the next in line premier Division I athletes, but also taking in and looking at independent talent now as being viable candidates for WWE again?
It honestly sounds like they're opening a wrestling school. Like how that reads. So they're opening a wrestling school.
I mean, would you be opposed to WWE going back into the business of opening a wrestling school?
No, I think it'd be dope.
John, what do you think? No? I wouldn't have any problems with it. I think
I'm sure they charge a lot of money, but no. Open a wrestling school.
I have friends who went to school in Florida. Like it's one of those expensive things. You go in for 6 weeks, 12 weeks, 18 weeks, or whatever the training program is, 3 months, whatever your program is that you sign up for, and then you go on your way. You know what I mean? A lot of these programs and stuff like WWE, I bet would make a killing if they offered like a 90-day campus where you go in, you train with WWE for 90 days, and then you either graduate from their program and get a contract, or they send you out onto the indies being a WWE trained wrestler.
Making the independent circuits better.
Exactly. Like how could that's a win-win for the company, right? Am I crazy?
Yeah, but at the same time, it would come with some weird stuff in the contract. Like I can't see WWE. Maybe, I don't know. Like WWE may try and keep a grip on some of them from doing the comedy stuff.
Maybe. One thing I did, so I watched the Roku WWE Next Gen thing. And one thing I will say about a lot of the talent, one, they've released all but I think 3 of the people.
One of them is that asshole nobody liked anyways.
No, he's still there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Dickhead McGee is still in the company.
Yeah. But the thing is that you could, what that show showed is how much they're just not the little bit that they're giving them training. They were training, the girls were training for they were all training to see who got the spot in one of their little NXT house show thingies that they do, the Venice or whatever they call it. But because they're so untrained, they hurt each other. So I think having a real wrestling school to teach them actual technique might be better.
Like a souped up version of the WCW fucking what was it called? Brain fart.
Power plant.
Nah, the power plant. Thank you. I want to say powerhouse, but I was like powerhouse isn't right. Power plant. There you go.
So
they trained Bill Goldberg.
Yeah. Bill Goldberg. You know he kicked Bret Hart in the head, right, and ended his career.
I think that was that guy.
Yeah, that's the same guy, right? Spear, jackhammer, 1, 2, 3. Bill Goldberg.
Yep, that's him.
Yeah.
Goldberg.
Goldberg.
Well, I was trying to say it like he tried to say Asuka's name.
Asuka.
Asuka.
Stupid
Asuka.
asshole.
My last thing, in the trademark situation. And also, just my last thing, WWE filed for a trademark on the name Cesar Sikoa, or Caesar, but I'm pretty sure it'll probably be pronounced probably Cesar, which sounds like a potential new member of the Bloodline. Because we need more Bloodline members.
Fuck yeah, we do. I'm excited again. As soon as I start to hate it, they drag me back in.
I know.
They've got Cesar Sikoa and they've got Tala Tonga, both trademarked now as names for merchandise and stuff. So that's two possible members. And my bet, if I were a betting man, I would probably lean on who are we just talking about, Al?
Zilla.
Maybe. Zilla's got more felonies than Jacob and less ring time than Solo. I doubt he gets called up yet.
I mean, who's left?
Finally, someone that sees it. Jesus.
Well, who's the? Oh, there's still one more out there.
Zilla's still out there. Who the fuck was the other brother? Jacob
Hikuleu.
Hikuleu. That's Talatonga's
Yeah.
Hikuleu. There you go. Thank you, AJ.
There's also another Samoan out there that's not Zilla.
Juicy Finau is still out there. Lance Anawai is still out there.
Lance.
There's still a couple, but Hikuleu, Zilla, and Lance are the three that would probably be next in line. But again, Zilla's still super green. He's been out of wrestling school less than a full year. No disrespect to Zilla, but the man is green. Him and Booker T got in a fight. He left the school because of creative differences, then went back to graduate, and now he's back on the indies again. Like, no disrespect to him. He's a great worker, but the kid is green as grass.
I mean, can we also talk about the fact that we have 3 perfectly good Bloodline family members just sitting on the roster, not being part of the Bloodline, named Nia Jax,
Naomi,
Tamina.
No, Tamina's
she's still an active member of that fucking roster.
But she's also on the Rock side of the Bloodline, which is like,
so it's Nia, but I'm just saying, like, they're still part of that situation. And then, we have Ava sitting in NXT.
Let's be honest, though. Ava's only got that GM spot because her dad runs the company and she couldn't cut it in ring. I'll say it. I'm sorry. She had a cup of coffee in that one fucking schism group and they couldn't cut it. So the only reason she has the job she has is because her daddy runs the company.
I mean,
call a spade a spade. I'm sorry.
My biggest problem with her as a GM, if they're going to have her be a GM, whatever. But, like, stop dressing her like a high school tween. Like, stop putting her in fucking tube tops and mini skirts. Make her look like a fucking GM and not like nepotism Barbie.
Let me ask you a question. When Sonya Deville was standing there next to Adam Pearce, the scrap daddy, she was a convincing female GM, okay?
Yeah.
You look at how Ava looked at this last draft, and I hate to cut you off. I apologize. And you look at her next to Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis, who, like, one of these things is not like the other. Like, she looked out of place as fuck with those other 2 GMs. I'm sorry. AJ, I'm going to get to that after Al finishes up. I'll get to what you were saying.
I mean, Sonya came out there in a power suit because that girl can wear a power suit.
Facts.
God, she looks good in a suit. But I'm just saying, like, she looked the fucking role.
Mm-hmm.
And again, Ava looks like the manager of a high school wrestling team because her boyfriend is on the fucking team.
And her dad's the coach.
And she couldn't cut it as a cheerleader. That is correct, Cam. Not everyone can be Stephanie McMahon.
Facts. Not everybody is Stephanie McMahon.
Fuck The Rock.
I love that very subtle line.
Sorry, I forgot I had sound. I have sound buttons too.
I'm done.
Is that it? So AJ, I have 2 things on my list tonight as well. AJ sent over one in 24 hours since his debut, or 48 hours since his debut on Friday night. Jacob Fatu's werewolf Samoan Werewolf shirt on WWE Shop is the second highest selling piece of merch in 48 hours. Gentlemen, are you surprised at all that Jacob has one of the highest selling t-shirts since his arrival in 48 hours with only one show on TV?
No, because it's a cool thing to do, guys.
Everybody loves Jacob Fatu.
Everybody loves JFI too.
How many people are watching MLW?
Bitch.
I know, I was watching.
Because you know who he is.
Yeah, you were excited for it. We've been talking about it for a minute.
Yeah. Oh, bully.
So I agree. I think it's great that he's up there, but I'm not shocked at all because he's the new shiny toy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. This is coming from a guy like if I had it, I'd buy it because it's coming from the guy who tried to get the Jade shirt the night of the Rumble.
Yeah. Agreed. Second thing before we do a plug of Palooza, as our boy XLJ would say. This past Wednesday's Dynamite, according to the Nielsen ratings, was the lowest viewed Dynamite in history. So, gentlemen, lady, you and I did an episode about this, Al, in the past. We haven't talked about it in a long time. We'll do the short and the sweet of it. Do ratings really matter in 2024? Do we give a shit that only 500 people tuned into Dynamite? Because I don't.
We don't give a shit, but the advertisers give a shit.
And that's what I mean by you should.
Hey, listen, 500,000 people is 500,000 more than Jungle Boy's ever wrestled in front of. More people watch it than they will show up to it.
Fair.
True.
It's because they really don't go. They go the same places.
Chat, what do you guys think?
So, like, it is like a little marketing. If you continue to go to the same places over and over again, you're going to create fatigue. So, like, these people don't want to see AEW like over and over and over again in the same place. Like, you want to see it, like other parts of the country, like want to see AEW. We get one show a year here if we're lucky.
The old thing is if AEW loses its TV deals, that company becomes worth nothing.
It's worth nothing now.
I disagree. It's not worth nothing. If you take the TV deal, the Thurston article, I believe, don't quote me on it. We'll need to look up the stats, and I can find sources if I need to later. I believe Brandon Thurston said without the TV deal, they'll go from being almost a $2 billion company to being in the $400 to $500 million range.
I give them $5 million and tell them to kiss my ass.
But that's only because of the talent.
I'm not. I don't. I'm just speaking in black and white. No gray. You know what I mean? Like just straight stats.
Because the talent that they have is worth that. Because they hoarded all of the talent and do nothing with them.
What if AEW did house shows to make some ancillary income back because you don't think they'd be able to put enough asses in seats? John just immediately was like, "No, not happening."
Hell no.
Where are they going to run armories?
Exactly. They would. AEW would be running armories. MJF made a massive mistake for signing with them. Now, granted, when they go out of business, I don't see him going to full contract in AEW. Whether they go out of business, which probably won't happen because, as Jackson said before, AEW will stay open as long as Tony Khan keeps putting money into it.
He's seen the effects of the Khan family in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah.
You're not going to get anything more than what you have now.
MJF also did the smart thing because he put the bet on yourself chip tattoo on the back of his leg where it's covered in his boots. So even when he goes to another company down in the future, you're not going to see it anyways.
I don't think it's real.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely real.
It's a t-shirt.
It's also not his first tattoo.
I know it's not his first tattoo. Like, I know he has others, but like...
I got a question to ask off air then.
Huh. What?
What's your question?
Yeah.
I can't ask it on air.
Oh, off air.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it's real. I don't know. It just... This is going to sound really bad. But, like, the quality of that tattoo is real, like, sketch. Like, it doesn't look good, in my opinion. My opinion and no one else's. Like, I feel like I don't know. I question the validity of the tattoo because I feel like somebody with his amount of money, because he has family money, and his other tattoos are not shitty, I feel like he would have gotten a better looking tattoo. But maybe I'm wrong.
I feel like he went for a traditional style tattoo, and the artist isn't a traditional tattoo artist.
Maybe.
That's the vibe they give me.
I
don't
have
know.
shitty work done. It's okay. We've all got a few shitty tattoos.
But you don't have his net worth.
No, that's true. That's very true. I think that's it. Yeah. It's an easy 90 minutes every week. It never gets hard.
No, sir.
John, tell
Sir.
everybody what's new and exciting, what you got going on with Wolfpac Podcast and Boyfriend Time.
Wolfpac Podcast, Boyfriend Time. Check me out, twitch.tv/Wolfpac Podcast every Wednesday with my boy right here, Brian Dad Hat, running the Wolfpac. Catch me every Saturday, youtube.com/@Boyfriend Time, twitch.tv/@BoyTime Podcast. We're changing the name for Boyfriend Time with my boy Jax. Will, thanks for having me again.
Absolutely, brother. Always. Bo, it's your turn.
Everything he just said on top of here every Thursday and Sunday for Nerdy News and Botched Spots Chair Shots. Off the top on Tuesdays for NXT on Taps. Anywhere else, follow me on Twitter at Jacksonville2020. Boom.
Al?
You can find me on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter at JustAGirl918. Or I think on TikTok it actually does come up as The Boss Bitch now, because I changed it from saying my name to The Boss Bitch. But I have recently started putting out my new comic called #Free Paul Heyman. As you can see here behind me, Solo Sokoa has clearly got Paul Heyman hostage. So we need to free Paul Heyman. Please get that hashtag trending. #Free Paul Heyman.
#Free Paul Heyman. #Eat my nuts. All right, I'm going to make this short, sweet, and to the point. As always, remember to follow us anywhere you do anything on the internet, Facebook, Instagram, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Google, fucking all the options. There's a couple links in the descriptions on both YouTube and Discord, one being the Discord link. That is a direct link to all the hosts and producers and content creators at Off the Top Media and Botched Spots and Share Shots. The one right below it is the merch link. That merch link is for Botched Spots and Share Shots and Off the Top Media. With that, you get hats and TV shirts and fanny packs and boxers with Bo's face on it. All those dope-ass shits. The two most important things for our network is Amazon Prime. If you have Amazon Prime, everybody does. You get an Amazon Prime gaming subscription. Go to your computer, sign in, give it to your favorite Twitch streamer, give it to us, Wolfpac Podcast, Boyfriend Time, She Elite, Creation World. Give it to any of my friends as long as Jeff Bezos doesn't get it. He has too much money. The lifeblood of the network is patreon.com/Rivet City Radio. With that, you get ad-free playback of the shows, Up and Smoke Cinema Club, watch alongs, delicious cookbook, articles, and all the blogs and shit. Gentlemen, lady, that's it. Anything for the class before I talk real fast?
I want Bo to do the thing. Press the button.
Now, as we close another episode of Botched Spots and Share Shots, I'm taking a minute. Thank you for listening. I remind you to go wherever you do anything on the internet. Like, follow, subscribe, unsubscribe, and subscribe again. Leave a comment telling me that John is a fantastic guest or we do drugs and cuss. Either way, it helps the algorithm and it helps find new listeners. If you're feeling really generous, need one of the VIP people, head up to patreon.com and to the Rivet City Radio Podcast Network. You get some fantastic swag. We get some fantastic guests. It's a win-win for Selfbet Wrestling, for the Ginger Ninja Jacksonville, and for the Boss Bitch Al. I am the Will Gray. Thanks for noticing me, my people. I lost it. Sorry, there.